everybody, this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel today. Today I'm going to be painting a buttercup design on this glass bottle. It's a different shape bottle. It's actually from, I think it's Jägermeister is the alcohol that was in here. I am going to be using a number 10 Royal Aqualon flat brush, or I'm sorry, not flat brush, but Filbert brush. A 1/4 inch Scruffy Brush, which is a plaid one-stroke brush, along with the number 2 script liner and a dotting stylus. The paints I will be using are all enamels, or not enamels, excuse me, all folk art paints. This is a Flow Medium, and that is the enamel brand. This is Thicket, Moon Yellow, Happy Green, Wicker White, and Autumn Leaves. It is a mixture of enamels and multi-surface paints. Now for this painting demonstration, I am going to be basically filling my brush, my Filbert brush, with the Moon Yellow, and then I'm going to tip it into the white, so I just have some white on the end, and then creating my designs. So it's a little bit different than what I typically do as far as loading the brush. I'm just not sure how much of it you're going to be able to see. That's why I'm showing you right offhand what I will be doing, because I know a lot of people like to see people loading their brushes, and with this it's kind of hard to see the way I have my camera set up. But you just make sure, if you're using this technique, that you fill your brush with one main color and then you tip it into another color. And when you're doing this, if you feel like you need to go over it to include more of one color, feel free to do so. I am going to go through here right now and add some of the autumn leaf around the edges. It is mixed with the Flow Medium. Go either way with this, I guess. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is go ahead and fill my brush again with the yellow and the tipping into the white. And then just go over it again, kind of to try to blend in that orange. If I can get it blended in. And just pull it like that. I want to pull this one again a little bit, because I kind of, now you can meet completely in the middle if you wish. Just trying to get a nicer finish on that. Or you can leave it open if you'd like. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do another one here. This one I haven't really tipped it too much into the white. I'll go ahead and do so now. And it's funny, when you're practicing on paper, it's such a different surface to be painting on that the paint behaves differently. And I do feel like you really have to keep practicing. If you're someone who's trying to learn how to paint on glass, if you're finding it to be difficult, just make sure you practice. And again, I've mentioned this before in my videos, wax paper is an awesome surface to paint on, for the mere fact that it is very slippery. Can't say it has exactly the same surface, but it's similar, because painting on glass is definitely slippery. Just want to make sure. So I'll put a little bit down the side here. Now when you're doing this, you can, if you choose to, I think I did on the opposite side. Oh, phooey. I'll do what I'm doing. I have to now do it on the same side. Okay, so I'm going to come back here and just lightly pull. The only thing I'm not real happy with is the way my pieces are ending up. I just want to make sure that these don't look like, you know, I don't like how that's ending. I'm trying to turn it, but you can just kind of smooth over it if you don't like it. And I am trying to do my threes. And I'm going to come down here on the side just a smidge, maybe tap in a little bit, paint in a little bit of a smaller open one. Now this is just a different version of a buttercup. I know you're probably thinking, well, that's not how I normally would paint it. Well, it's just a different version. You realize that a lot of designs can be painted differently, but it's still a version of that. It doesn't have to be identical to what you've seen in the past, if that makes sense. So again, too, if your brush gets too full, just make sure you scrape some of the paint off. You can wipe it off if you want, or clean your brush. The only problem I have with cleaning the brush is that when you add water to the brush, that can cause some issues with your design. So you just have to be careful. Make sure you get the water out of it if you decide to do that. And we're just going to keep going over this. It's getting a little thin in the center. I'm not happy about that. But I also do need to do a little technique in the center, which I forgot about. Alright, so then if you want to do this part, I'm just tipping my brush a little bit into the orange, the autumn leaves, and then just trying to wisp, just do some color around the top part of the flower, or the inside part I should say, not the top part. But just kind of doing some, just kind of pulling it out, and just brushing it. If you can see that. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm off the camera. Sorry guys. And if you don't want it to be even, I mean, you can just kind of put your brush on the side, but I'm okay with it like this. I'm okay with it like that. So I'm just tipping my brush into the orange, and then I'm just going around the center of it. I knew there was a reason why I didn't need to be too concerned about the center. It's because I was going to do this part of it, and it's just pulling this out around. I'm just going around it. And you can do, like I said, this one doesn't have as much color as this one did. So I'm just going to go around it like that and just pull, just lightly pull around the center. And this will just give it some more interest. It's not trying to simulate, because I know with buttercups sometimes they have a different kind of a center to them. This is intentional. What I'm doing is what I'm intending to do. I don't want you to think I'm just like trying to figure it out. This is exactly what I want it to be doing. You're just doing nice little strokes, just real softly, just lightly stroking out. And there we go. Okay, so then once I've done that, I'm going to go back to loading my brush again with the yellow. I'm going to tip it into the white, and then I just want to do just a few little partially, maybe like the back side even, I think, of the, and now I have more orange in this than I really wanted. You scrape that off a little bit. Now too, when you're doing this, you can do this allowing some drying time in between. I just want to mention that because I know a lot of times people will wonder, what if, I don't want to do the wet on wet. And with this, you don't really have to do it right away. If you have some time to wait, then I would just do that and allow a little bit of drying time. Now on this, I am going to tip in here, pull this down on here, just on the two outer petals, and then I'll come back down over them. I got so much paint in my brush. And I'll just come back over them and just pull. And you see just a little bit of that in there. If you need it to be more, then you can repeat the process and put more in there if you want. I'm not really too concerned about that at this point, so I'm just going to leave it like that. My next step is to take the Scruffy Brush, and I am going to load it with the darker green, the Thicket, and then the autumn leaves. I am going to come in here and tap in a center. Get a little bit darker here. And if you feel like there's not enough contrast, of course, you can hit it with something else or a white so that you can see it better. And I'm just going to do it again on this one. And I think I am going to hit it with a little bit of white. Do the green and the orange and a little bit of white. And just easily tapping in. Easily. And again, on any of this, if you feel some drying time is needed, please allow that. For the purpose of this video, I am not allowing any drying time because I just want to keep going with the video. And you can keep working with your centers to achieve however you want them to look. Alright, the next step I'm going to do is take my little dotting tool, and I'm going to come back in here and then just start dotting. This is like the pollen that's in your flower. That's what it's supposed to represent. And you can make them bigger, smaller, however you want them to be. I'm going to leave them like that. And then I'm going to take my script liner and get it full of the green, and I'm going to start putting in my stems. Now of course with this, with the color. It's going to be a little hard to see, but I will go back in and dip in some darker, or some lighter, excuse me, lighter green, just to give it some interest so that you can see it like that. See, that'll show up. So you can always, mix it with another color, add another color, work on this just to give it some life. Oops, I think I did the dark. The dark and the light are coming right here. Then on these, I want to take the opportunity to actually paint in. I'm going to do it like this, paint in the part that hooks the flower to the stem. I'll put in more green, more light green so you can see it. Just kind of mix it up a little bit. And then I can pull it. Once I do it, I can actually do little pulls here. Pulled in some yellow. So there again, like I said, if you don't mind having some colors mixed in, then you're fine with doing wet on wet. And then I can, once I get it painted in like that, then I can turn it, and it's just part of a piece that's just coming down. And I can put some lighter green into it to give it some, to show it. And then do the same thing over here. I am going to paint this in. Maybe smooth this a little bit. And you can have some coming out, from the side if you want. No, I'm sorry, my furnace is starting up, so I apologize for that. Try to get these created in between the kicking on, but I don't always make it. And I can just have it come down like that. I just want it to be very whimsical, just really not I don't know how to say real thought out, but it doesn't have to be, I just want it to be kind of playful where it comes down like that. And then there you go. Very easy, very simple design, and it fits perfectly on this bottle. I think bottles are fun to paint on. I hope that you enjoy them as well. If you like this video, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post something new. And at the end of the video, when it's done, you'll see at the bottom a button to share. Hit that button and share this on your social networks with all your family and friends. I would appreciate it. Alright, thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate you taking the time to view my videos. And until the next time, you have a good one.